I get it. I get it. Again, this is why I said, man, I don't know why I'm hesitating, and I don't know if I'm actually gonna make it like a big thing on this channel, but the whole live versus studio thing, it's real. I really need to do it, man. I put up the Fear of the Dark video, and everybody, just everybody, not the very first comment I believe was, "Why you ain't do the live version?" So here we are. I apologize. Please forgive me. We're here now. Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark, live. It's in 4K, so I'm excited about that. Great quality. It looks like it's a rather recent video. So, I'm very excited to hear how they perform this song now or more recently as opposed to, in the 80s and in their prime. That's something that I enjoy analyzing as well. How artists mature or how they differentiate their performance from, of course, when you're younger to older. So I'm excited. We ain't gonna waste no time. I pissed a lot of y'all off. So we just gonna jump straight into it. That's dope. The crowd singing along.
I am a man who walks alone when I'm walking a dark road. At night or strolling through the park. When the light begins to fade, sometimes feel a little strange and chilly in the dark. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something's always near. Fear of the dark. Santiago! I have a phobia. Someone's always there. Run your fingers down the wall, and because your legs can crawl when you're searching for the light. Sometimes when you stand to take a look at the corner around the room, sense that something's watching you. We're on the dark, oh no. I have a constant fear that something's.
Did I just see a fire in the crowd? Did somebody have a blowtorch in the crowd? That's like so not legal, right? All those people around, you don't know what people are wearing. Somebody could be wearing something like flammable, and you have like that was a freaking not a blowtorch. What's the gun that, like in The Last of Us? I forgot the name of it. Did somebody have a blowtorch in the crowd? For one, the crowd is amazing. If they're still performing in front of crowds like this 40, 50 years after their prime, that's amazing. They're like the second band that I've noticed, that I've reacted to, that AC/DC, they were performing in a stadium. This looks like a stadium. That's very impressive. I know Guns N' Roses were just on a stadium tour. I saw that. But man, I mean, this 40, 50 years later, that's amazing. But honestly, is that a freaking blowtorch in the crowd? That's crazy. That's like, I mean, granted, like, what are you gonna do? Like, how do you get in between all of those people to find out who has the blowtorch? But it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, to the performance itself, Bruce sounds great. He doesn't sound as good as Hallowed Be Thy Name. That performance, I mean, he sounds really good here. He does. But that Hallowed Be Thy Name performance, that was just like, I mean, good Lord. But he sounds good here. He really does. And the band, I mean, they sound incredible. I mean, when the beat switch, I actually went to the gym today and I listened to this song. I did like an extra 2 miles. This song is the epitome of like getting you hype and ready to go. I love this song. This song is fire. But yeah, no, that's crazy. They got fans with blowtorches. That's crazy. How active he is, running all around. This is crazy. I love that bass line. He just going. Oh, is it like a flare gun? I think that's a flare gun. Still crazy. The lights are amazing. Everything is amazing. Yo, I apologize already. Bruce, all that running around, his age, he's in great all of them are actually in phenomenal shape. Speaking of Guns N' Roses, I don't know if y'all have seen Axl Rose on that tour that I just talked about. I saw a couple of clips. I mean, you can't even recognize him. Axl Rose, it almost doesn't look like Axl Rose. And it's primarily due to just, I don't want to say letting himself go, but I mean, he does not look like Axl Rose. Outside of his hair, it looks like Bruce cut his hair. These guys look phenomenal. They look like that Hallowed Be Thy Name performance that was in the 80s. They look phenomenal. Like, they really look good. All of them. But again, I got to apologize to Bruce. He's running back and forth. And I mean, granted, it's not a lot of singing and there's not a lot of lyrics in this song. But considering that you're singing to what appears to be a stadium, I mean, you have to project. You got to be loud. You got to be in tone. And he sounds really good. He sounds really good. For all this running around he doing, that's very impressive. Very. The lights, their interaction with the crowd, and just like I said with AC/DC, their crowd, I mean, their audience is so young. Like, all of them look, they look like they damn near my age. Like mid-20s, early 20s, a bunch of this. Some of them look like teenagers out there. That's how you know you're a legendary act, man. When your music has transcended to the point where kids of today are just as excited as kids were in the 80s when it came out, that's the sign of an iconic performer or band or whatever. This is crazy. This is madness. I want an Iron Maiden shirt. I gotta find it. You know what's so crazy? So way back, earlier on the channel, my bro Dale, I want to say Dale was the one that had on a Metallica shirt, and he was like, I forgot where he said he got it from, but he was like, yeah, I just got it because I liked it. I've heard of Metallica before we started reacting to them. But, I feel like, I bring that up to say, I feel like they sell like Zeppelin and Iron Maiden and AC/DC shirts like in Forever 21 and like just kind of like anywhere. Like you can find those type of bands shirts anywhere. So I gotta give me an Iron Maiden shirt. I love the design. Again, I said it on the Fear of the Dark studio version. I love their cover art. Love their cover art. And I see they have that's their theme, and I saw it on a lot of the t-shirts in the crowd. I want an Iron Maiden shirt. That shirt is fire. But man, to the performance itself, these guys, man, again, I'm gonna put emphasis on it because it deserves it. I don't know how old those guys are. They look 40s, 50s. Performing like that, high intensity. Bruce running around. That's again is artists my age that can't do it. And so you gotta appreciate just artists in general that's like giving you energy, giving you effort. You gotta appreciate it because there's not a lot of artists that do it. But then when you add on how old they are and how long they've been doing this, the wear and tear and mileage they probably got on their body, that is very impressive. Very impressive. I said the same thing with AC/DC, man. That's not normal. That's not normal. And so it's definitely worthy of praise. It's definitely worthy of mention that these guys, 40s, 50s, whatever, are still performing the way that they are. That's very impressive. Yeah, I see why y'all said react to the live. Instrumentation wise, it sounded like the studio version. Like if it wasn't no crowd and I was just listening to the instruments, it sounded perfect. I didn't hear one slip up at all. And Bruce, again, he sounded great. When you consider how much running around he was doing, and he was hitting the notes. I'm not just saying that because of the running around. Like, he was hitting the notes. He sounded really good at first, and maybe it's just because the song starts pretty slow, so it's kind of like, it's hard to judge somebody singing, especially when the crowd is damn near drowning out the microphone. It's just kind of hard to judge somebody like that. But once the song picked up and then I saw how much he was running around, I'm like, oh, he sounds phenomenal. He sounded great. Yeah, man. Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. Hell of a song, hell of a performance. Everybody sounded great. Even the bass, he just had them fingers going. But the riff of this song is so iconic. I love that riff. It's amazing. Again, I think I said it in the studio reaction. I'm surprised I haven't heard that like sampled in like hip hop. It's so catchy. Just that riff. That is fire. Drumming was great. Both guitars were great. Bass was great. Bruce was great. Great performance. Again, I love the lights, the theatrics of it all. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, man. Shout out to Iron Maiden. Just a great band. Again, I'm only 2 songs into this journey. And in just 2 songs, I love them. I do. And now that I finally get to see them live, because their music is definitely for concerts. It sounds great studio-wise, but you could tell that energy, that high tempo. And somebody told me they didn't really have a lot of mosh pits. And I noticed that watching, now that I finally get to see them live, it's a lot of energy, It's a lot of jumping, but there were no mosh pits. That's actually surprising to me. A group with this much energy, their music kind of their music is almost it almost encourages mosh pits, right? Where it's so much energy, and what they're talking about is almost like a let's get this energy out and let's just run around. But it was none of that. It was just a lot of jumping and singing, which is amazing, amazing. And given the times where we are now, I mean, after the Travis Scott Astro World Festival, where people died and then so many people got hurt. I know mosh pits and all that type of stuff now is almost, I don't want to say prohibited, but it's like now, like the second somebody sweats, it's like, oh, are you okay? Stop the show. Get this person some water. You know what I mean? So it's like to see a crowd this animated and again, this look recent. So that's incredible. That's incredible. But I'm not gonna talk y'all ears off. This was great. Again, I'm an Iron Maiden fan, so please request more, and I'm jumping right on it. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with Iron Maiden. Peace.